What's up, everybody? Anybody's here? All right. Emptying the fuel out of the carburetor on this here engine. This is my drag engine, the new SRE 35. This is going to get thrown in the kingmotor roller, and this engine right here we're going to put in the roller, and we're going to put some runtime on it. Thompson RC, what's up, brother? Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think the dragster came out real nice. Definitely a cool ride here. We got to put the it's a drive bone elimination kit. The drive cup on this busted the other day, and I wasn't able to race because of it. So I lost a bone. It was only a one-wheel drive. Yep, we're just wrenching away, hanging out with the chat. You know what? I really haven't gotten any good times with the Thompsons. I was like a 2.9 the first time I ran, and everything after that, it wasn't timed. It was just testing. Right now, it has a 29 in it, and the last time I ran it, I didn't have the 2-speed working. There's a it's like a nitro, or it's got the tension spring for the second speed clutch, and the tension spring was bad right out of the box for the kingmotor 2-speed, which wasn't allowing it to shift. So I put an FG spring in it. FG makes a spring for their 2 speeds, and that fixed it. The FG spring fixed it. Sorry if I walk out of frame, guys. I'm just taking the body off. What's up, Addicted to RC? So this body's held in by 4 screws, and it's also Velcroed. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get on and off. That's why I really don't like doing it. What's up, GWT? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. Hey, GWT. Greg. When you get a chance and you're able to, I'd like another set of these if you could. I'll buy them from you. Because these things are awesome. I love them. Feeling the Velcro. See? Anytime you want Velcro to be strong, it never is. And then when you want it to be weak, it's like the strongest thing in the world. And the body's off. Sorry, guys, I'm out of frame. I apologize for that. Hell yeah, Addicted. Come on. Get yourself a dragster, man. Absolutely. Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I know you're a busy guy. Just as busy as I am. I get it. I'm actually going to pull the motor on this tonight, too. Speed off. two speeds off. Gotta get the first and second gear off. The pinion gears. Two pinion gears gotta come off. That's gonna need some heat. Give her some heat, loosen her up. Everything moves a little bit better with a little bit of heat. No problem, Greg. I appreciate stopping by. I usually only have to watch the Hallmark Channel during the holidays, but I understand. If you guys ever have one of these two speeds, the kingmotor two speed, there's a shim washer that has to go between the first pinion gear on your clutch belt and the outside race for that what do I want to say, bearing. Thanks, Texas RC Noob. I appreciate it. It's a 99 electric glide. Started out as a standard, and I kind of made it a little bit more than a standard. Oh, geez. Christmas shows are on now. It's that hot down there where you're at. You got to watch the Christmas shows to try and cool off. These BRP slicks are awesome. They do a nice smoky burnout. So I kind of have to take all this apart now. In order to get, I mean, I'm taking it all out, taking the motor out. I'm going to have to take basically everything out of here. So you're going to see a complete teardown of the rear end on a Primal RC dragster. See, honestly, it's not that bad. It's a lot easier than doing a Baja. There's not much to them. Not much to them at all. When I put my BRP slicks on, this had like a rollerblade wheels for the wheelie bar. I had to pull the bearings out of them real quick, and I'm just running the bearings on the wheelie bar. The wheels touched before the drive wheels. because the stock Primal tires are taller than the BRP slicks I got. I got the 6-inch tall ones. I think the stock Primals are 7 inches. I want to say that sounds right. Got to get myself a magnetic bracelet like Jeff from Eastside RC wears when I'm wrenching, so that I can move. I have all my tools right here waiting for me. Especially when you're switching out the bits on a tool like this. Yes, sir. That crack of a properly torqued bolt with Loctite on it. You never know if it's going to be a broken screw or not. You never know. Nobody wants. Get out the extractor. I had to do that in my last live. Get out the extractor set. All right, Addicted. I'll see you in a little bit. Jeez, I can't believe Christmas shows are on right now. Yeah, man. They look really nice. I'm going to have to get one. I'm not the cleanest wrencher either, so. Yeah, these are really cool. These are like, I call them torque tubes. That's what I'm going to call them. But they make it look really scale, the dragster. What's up, Bernsey? Thanks for stopping by. I know gas isn't your forte, Bernsey. And while we wait, we hydrate. Yep, just tearing her down. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, for anybody missed it, I might have been talking to myself at that point. Well, I still am technically, but I'm putting a 35cc case reed built by SRE into this. But what I have to do is I want to put it in one of my bashers to get the ring seated, so that I'm not blowing the tires off of this thing. I'm not gonna like bash with it though. I'm gonna do constant like 200-foot pulls with it, so that it's like it's racing. 200 foot. I'm gonna go like 200 foot on the brake, 200 foot on the brake. And I mean, in my eyes, that's kind of how I should be braking in a dragster. So, but it's my first one, so got to get that ring seated. Burnsy. Addict RC, what's going on, brother? Thanks for stopping by. We're We're wrenching on my dragster tonight. Last race, I broke a diff cup, outdrive diff cup. So I got the upgrade from Primal RC. I'll show it to you guys. It's a solid axle conversion. It gets rid of the dog bones. It comes with a new diff locker, and it's a solid axle conversion. Burnsy don't like it. He's got the wrong Raider. Yeah, he does. What's up, Big John? Welcome to Noble John. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. He's probably left the stream now because he knows what I'm about to do.
Welcome to Noble.
Ha!
Shutting down.
Just for you, Burnsy. Just for you. Oh, it's so funny. It shouldn't be that funny, but it is. Alright. Take the whole wheelie bar and rear wing off as a whole piece. Oh, there it is. Tips are getting a little worn out, guys. It's screws get caught on them from time to time. Yeah, it's a great radio, man. Thumbs up removed. Thanks, Burnsy. Yeah, John, it's a great radio. I love it. I mean, for the price of it and the range you get out of it, you really can't go wrong. I like it because, like, for drag racing, I can set up how fast I want it to apply throttle. So it's good for trying to beat the light. I can hold it full throttle as soon as the yellow's light, and it won't apply throttle until it goes green. So I can time it up that way if I wanted to. Once I get a little bit more practice with it, I got a pretty. It's an average reaction time. One of my things is I don't want a red light. So if I play cautious, I play cautious. Still a very green drag racer, so. And the whole wheelie bar and wing come off together, which is really nice. Honestly, this Primal wheelie bar, it's not bad. It was cheap, so that's why I bought it. Joe Girding, what's up, brother? Yeah, that's really cool to hear, Big John, because someone who's been doing the hobby as long as you have, hearing you go to the Noble, that's cool. People sleep on the Fly Sky stuff too much. Those threaded back in. Got taken off. Exactly, they work great for the money. What's up, Chris? Thanks for stopping by, brother. We're working on the dragster tonight. Ever since I broke that drive cup. And I'm going to get the stock engine out of here and just leave it out. So I got a kingmotor roller that I bought a couple months back. And I'm going to put the SRE drag motor in there. And I'm just going to get the ring set or close to being seated so I'm not beating the crap out of this thing, because this is hard. Besides just doing full passive with it, you can't turn it. It doesn't turn for nothing. So it's not like you can just mess around with it and practice. If you're practicing, you got to have some real estate. Like, it's crazy. You wouldn't think. It's a totally different driving style, and it's meant to just go straight. So you're not going to just drive it around. So with that mumble, I'm putting it in the kingmotor Baja, and we're going to get the ring seated on the 35, and I'm going to take this out anyway. So while I'm wrenching tonight, this is going to come out, stay out, and then this engine is going to go into the kingmotor and stay there for a while. So those are just my plans with it. Get my second speed clutch off. I had this 2-speed shifting like a dream, and then that outdrive blew. Diff cup. So, get this all torn apart. Give me an opportunity to clean all this up. It's kind of greasy. I didn't realize you couldn't fill this tank all the way up, and I filled the tank too far, and it was leaking gas everywhere. Gotta refill my butane. Beautiful. Yep. Just a little bit of wrenching tonight, guys. Just a little bit. I'm excited to get this 35 in there. I've been waiting to get that in there since I asked Way to build me a a drag mod. Judas, what's up, brother? Doing all right, man. Just tearing down the Primal. Fixing my oops from Saturday. And also getting the motor out of here for when I finally get the Case Reed Drag Mod 35 in, or broken. I can throw that bad boy in here right away. For all the fifth scale guys who haven't checked out Judas yet, give him a check. Check him out, man. He's got some cool stuff. How do I want to do this? Pull the linkage. Get the little guy. Brake cam's give me problems. Brake cam bearings. Brake cam. Top plate. Put the RCR brakes on this so that when I got done to the end of the track, I can stop. Everybody knows Baja brakes suck, and that's basically what this is. Baja! Fire it up. I'll fire it up, I don't care. I always fire it up for Big John. Get this set for my model. Primal dragger. Yes. That's 626, man. That send at 626. The response and how quick it is, even on a NIM battery, it's legit. Not sure how much gas is in it. Little 29, man, I gotta say, this thing really impressed me. This Innova 29. I was almost wondering if when Zenoa built these for this dragster, because this was an RTR, I'm almost wondering if they built them to drag spec, because this thing has some compression to it, man. For a stock 29, it's hard to pull over. Surprised. That's got the Bartolone drag pipe, or as Chris would say, fartalone. Welcome to Noble. Burnsy hates it. What's up, Vance? No, Vance, that's still the stock Zenoa. I got the 35 over on the shelf. I got to put it in the roller to. I'm going to seat the ring in the roller. I have a lot of questions. He's Big John. So as we continue, get the trans out. I've been using the low strength Loctite on this, the purple, and it's been honestly, it surprised me how well it actually does work. Now, granted, I don't have a Taylor big bore or anything like that in here, but I mean, all two strokes make some vibration, man. Especially on a rigid chassis without any suspension at all. The whole thing's literally just rigid. Got the trans out. Josh Jones, thank you very much. I appreciate it. What's going on, brother? First time seeing you here. All right. So, there's our breakage. And honestly, I mean, come on. Look how chintzy this thing is. That was a surprise. I couldn't believe how chintzy this drive cup was. It kind of baffled my mind. Ugh. Sit on my stool. Take the rear diff out of here. Well, this isn't a diff. This is the primal locker. I don't even think I'd be able. They got to make a. FLM has to make something for the primal. Somebody has to make something with everybody running the big bores and everything in them. Because I tell you what, these these drive cups or diff cups ain't gonna hold up to that. That is for damn sure. Couldn't even handle the 29. Hey man, it's all good, Josh Jones. I appreciate it. Any support's a good support. It's always nice to hear people, that they've been watching for a while and Even if you just kind of linger in the background, it's nice. Mm-hmm. See how this looks inside after a couple test passes. Runtime on her a little bit. Right, Wuggy. Um, so yeah, Dark Soul used to make those tubes, which was a great idea. Gus from Gus's Custom Creations. If you don't know who he is, he does some cool custom work, and he was making them for his Rampage, I think. He bought tubes off of Amazon and he cut it down and made it work. Exactly. Yep. It is the exact same transmission case. This Baja transmission case, or it's Primal, but it's Baja. It's a three-piece Baja trans, essentially. But the Turtle Racing ones fit and all that other stuff. The rear end of that is basically a Baja. Idler gears all look fine. I'll just add a little bit more grease to this. Or I'll just take the stuff that's all flung out and move it around my finger. Yeah, Big John has everything. Collection of parts from years and years. Robert Shaw, what's going on, brother? It's rolling true. This bearing all jacked up. Hope this didn't ruin the transmission. Hope this didn't ruin the aluminum case. Oh no, it's all good. This bearing might be roached. Might have to put the heat to that. No, so I'll open this up now. I ordered. Primal makes a dog bone elimination kit. So it's a solid rear axle. This is like this would be your second out drive right here, but it's not. It's all one solid axle, and then it comes with a new locker. Comes with a new locker. So this is what you get, which is perfect for what I'm doing for the drag racing. That's what I like about the IRC diff. It comes with the brass insert, and you can mix them up with the bearings. Nice. I don't have any IRC diffs. I got to get some. I got to get a lot of stuff. I'm just a very cheap person. Can't be cheap when it comes to fifth scale, though. I know. I know. Let's say I'm not cheap. I'm cost frugal. Very frugal. Yes. I have. I think Jersey Jason sent me some of the brass. Unless those brass bushings he sent me were for uh, crank seals. Shout out to Jersey Jason though, man. He's helped me out a lot with the drag racing. Crucial RC has. Just bouncing questions off of those guys. When it comes to fifth scales, Big John, I hit him up all the time. He helps me out. Chris helps me out. I have a question, I'll shoot Chris a message every now and then. Literally, the only thing that holds this diff cup in is a pin and an O-ring. And this just comes out. Look how cheap that is, man. Look, there's no material in there at all. I guess I never noticed that if that's how all the Baja drive cups are. I guess I've never noticed that. I've honestly never busted one before. Get the second one out. Piece of the second one. Whatever's left. So what I got left. Right into the trash heap. Give this thing some heat. Let it fall right out. Other cups will fit in this locker. I'm going to save this locker. I'll run it in one of my Bajas. Look at the chat on my phone while I'm over here. They break very easily on the TLR. Yeah, Judas, it's the same. I'm pretty sure this is the locker that Rovin sells on their website for their Baja. If this doesn't come off, I should have another bearing somewhere. I think I have a whole set of fast eddies. Don't do what I'm doing. Never pry a bearing like this. Like the worst thing you can do to a bearing is pry it. I'm just going to go get another one and be smart. Oh. Got a whole bag of Fast Eddies somewhere. Question is, do I remember where I put them? Because I got parts over here, I got parts over there. Those are crank bearings. E-word stuff. Come on now. Think, brain. Where did you put that box with the bearings in it? Probably be a drinking game. What will KGM lose in his live stream? Nope. Let me see. Come on here. Well, that's not going to work. Just enough to drive you insane when you know you have something. You can't remember where you put it. Happens all the time to me. All the time. Constantly losing stuff. But it's all good. I read somewhere the smart people lose everything. So I got that going for me. Guess that means I'm smart. SMRT. Well, this stinks. Where is... Those are Fast Eddy shims. Alright. Well, if we're not going to get to that, we're not going to get to that. Steve, what's up, brother? I'll just catch up here on the chat. Yes, that is a Harbor Freight heat gun. Damage report. Let's see. I tossed it in the heap. Broke the diff cup. Broke it right in the locker. Don't do it just like this. Yeah, right, man. You can't pry on a bearing like that. Yeah, I know. Woogie, I'm liking your little comeback there from your retirement. I like that X back you did. You did that right, man. I like Bocas and the Fast Eddies. They're nice. I wish I had a small Polar, but ooh, this is still toasty. I wouldn't reuse this bearing anyways because the seal's cut. I still got to get it off if I want to reuse this locker. But if you can see the seal has a slice in it, and you can just see the metal shield. Yeah, I do have to order the Arbor Press. They're cheap. I was gonna get one a couple months ago and I forgot, or I didn't forget. I just didn't do it. I just did not do it. But there were bearings in the bag that Jersey Jason sent me too. He sent me my care package a few months back, and I got them cataloged somewhere. I cleaned my shop a couple weeks ago. I don't remember where I put my one box of parts. Oh, oh! You never find the bag of bearings if it's in an outerwear. Are these the brass inserts you guys were talking about? Or are these for, they're too small to be for a crank. There's a drive bearing. We're in business. Shout out Jersey Jason because you just saved my butt right now. Nachos are good. I like Nachos. I like SKF Timken. Yeah, no one's stealing my bearings. I couldn't even find them myself. Come on, guys. I do that all the time, though, constantly. I'm like, oh, that's a great spot for me to put that. All right, get the drive gear on. I'm glad I found those, though. I was like, oh, what am I going to have to put all this stuff in a box and then put the King motor up here? And it's all good. These all torqued. My torque spec, tight. Like some of this Rovin stuff, I like it a lot, but some of it, the tolerances are real loose, and these bearings slip right on, and they shouldn't. They should be a press fit, and they're not. But I'll be all right with it because it's the piece. It's not the bearing. It's the part. So, but I do like the Rovin stuff. Contrary to what everybody else says, it's for the money. It's improved a lot over the past couple of years. So in here, I took the Fast Eddy grease, and then everything vibrated off my bench because I was running I had the 35, the K3 35. I had it clamped to the bench, and I was running it. Well, anyways, I took the Ultra Slick, Permatex Ultra Slick, the break-in oil, like if you're building an engine, and I thinned out the Fast Eddy grease with that a little bit. Made it a little bit more slick, because sometimes that Fast Eddy grease is a little bit sticky. I do have some of that to lock the bearings right to the locker. I should put some of that on there. The only thing that makes me worry about that, John, is if I ever got to replace these. You know how much, I know you know how much heat it takes to get that off. Jim's bearings, I'll have to check them out. The green will save my ass. All right. I got some right over here. Or is that something else I expertly cataloged? This stuff here. Ultra Slick. Just a little dab in there. It kind of, if you're going to do that, I would suggest sealing up the trans case a little bit with some sealer, because it does run, but man, is it smooth. And it's super sticky, but it's thin. It's sticky and it's thin. It's not thick. That would be really good. I think that stuff would be good for excuse me. I'm going to stumble over that word a little bit. I think that stuff would be good for filling a sealed bearing. Thread locker blue. I do have green. I know I have green. All right, guys, have another drink. I'm looking for something else in my shop. Should be over here with all this stuff. Come on now. Nothing. Got to remember where I put it. Usually I put that stuff in this little cup. Oh, here it is. Sleeve retainer. I knew it was over here. They will come off easy. Here it is. Sleeve retainer. Good call, Big John. Thanks a lot, brother. I use this on my XLT for the brass rod ends. There's little retainers in the brass for the little brass retainers and the rod ends. And I was having pain in the ass pushing them back in, pressing them back in, pressing them back in. And then Botagel actually suggested in one of the comments I asked him, and he said just use a little bit of this green retainer. And then I actually put some of this on my crank seals. Oh no. My crank seals for my 45, because I kept pushing the one seal out on the clutch. The PTO side kept pushing out. Oh, it did ruin the case. Oh, man. Oh, this sucks. Oh, it ruined this case, guys. All right, Woogie. I appreciate you stopping by. It ruined the case. Damn it. Oh. It was all chewed up, but it's got it folded right over. Oh man. I wonder if I can pound that out a little bit. I have to order a new case. I didn't realize that it did that. It's pretty jacked up. JB Weld in a file. Dremel it. I know it can be fixed. That's what Wade would tell me. Put some JB Weld on it. Oh. No, I'm not bending it back with these. Not bending it back with those. That's my luck. My dumb luck. Maybe I can mount it back with the, get something smaller in there. But this is kind of important so that that rear end tracks straight. I'll have to get on and order a new case. That's why I was having trouble getting the old locker out. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the bearing if I just force it in. It's in. It looks like it's rolling straight. I know this isn't a cheap case. And if I'm going to get a new case, I'm going to order a Taylor case. This goes on, I'm going to run with it. If I can finesse it on just a little bit, I'll run with it. I can't believe it bent that case like that. That's come on, you can do it. Get on there. Thanks, Chris, for stopping by. I appreciate it. I know I got a lot of, I've been going live late lately. Come on, get in there. So it's on the bent side. It's in. It's rolling free. No binding. Honestly, it's just a little jacked up. And if anything, it kind of shimmed the case for me. I'm going to roll with it, guys. What's the worst that can happen? It's probably going to chew up the seal on that bearing, but not going to threaten me with a good time. The purple Loctite. Stuff's been coming out a lot easier with this stuff, but it's also low strength, so for nitro stuff, this stuff's mint. That's what I've been using on my nitro stuff. unless it's something like a clutch bell, then I'll use blue or red, depending on how many times it's came out before. I drop some more nitro vids. I only get so much time to run. It's hard when I want to do. Hard to make a decision what I want to do. Give this a torque in a crisscross pattern. Make sure everything's snugged up. Rolling free, no binding. Jump it. Thanks, Chef. What's going on, brother? Just tore this down from the breakage over the weekend. And then these just slide in. They're just a slip joint. Not bad, I guess. Definitely a better option to the dog bones. But there goes that weak link that I always like to talk about. Where's the next break going to happen? Because you got rid of that brake with the pins, with the torque. Now where's the next break? Where down the line does doing this upgrade move the brake? Internally to the gears. Because if something ain't going to move and it's being forced to move, something's going to give. So that's done. I can put this back in, actually. Well, I'll leave it out for now so that I can clean up that chassis. Huh. This actually came with all new screws for the diff and everything. I'll save those. I reused the ones that were in it. Oh, sweet, man. Yes, sir. Burnsy left after he heard Welcome to Noble. And then he said he gave me a thumbs down, which is typical, right? Or no, he said he took his thumbs up away, which is just as good, right? Same thing. Oh. Give her a little bit of heat, a little bit of torque. Really close to the gas tank. Got to be careful with this. A little bit, a little torque. Not surprised. He's a hater. Of course he is, man. Little warm. Oh, what's over here for mounting? Couple of M5s. Actually, just one's left. Yeah, for anyone who didn't hear me earlier, I didn't know that you couldn't fill this gas tank on this thing all the way. And I did. And it all siphoned up through the breather. And it was leaking gas everywhere. Like the whole chassis just got oil and crap all over it. And there was a big puddle underneath it on my where I have it on the storage stand. I had no idea. Because you normally, you get your gas tank, you fill your gas tank. Well, there's three hoses coming out of it in the front. You fill it through this with a little pump, so it fills, and then there's like a high level, and if it goes over that, you're done. So you can only put maybe like, I don't know, 6-8 ounces in there, if that. But honestly, it's a dragster. Why do you need to put that much any more than fuel than that in there? So, but the physical capacity of the tank is a lot more than its working volume. I like that little soldering mat I got off of Amazon. It's a nice pit mat. It's magnetic. It has some magnetic spots in it for bolts. Heat resistant. I'm excited to put this Enola in that King motor. This is a good motor. I like this Enola 29. Surprised me how good it is. Put my heat gun away. I think this is an 8mm. Yep, 8mm. Take the pipe off the mount. Set that there. I think the only thing that's going to hold this engine in after these two bolts come out is the kill switch. And the fuel lines, which is easy enough to take care of. All right. Good luck, Vance. Thanks for stopping by. Send me some pictures. Kill switch is disconnected. Get rid of some fuel lines here and we'll be good. I get my pick down there and release the vacuum on it. Let it run back into the tank. Keep the return hooked up. Push the primer, let it flow back into the tank. I'm going to replumb this anyway, so I'm not worried about if I put a hole in the fuel line here, taking these off. And even if I did, I usually cut the first where the barbs were. Oh. Can't forget about your linkage, dummy. That would be the end of your send it servo if you did that, Kyle. That is a hex driver. Jucka, what's up? Morning for you, night for me. It's always nice to see connecting somebody on the other side of the world. Now there's no weight in this chassis. Got to find a balance point. .29 is out. A lot of oil and crap all over this thing. I'm not like a clean freak when it comes to this stuff, but having the oil residue and everything on everything, because then dirt sticks to it, it just looks so bad. But I mean, honestly, half the time I could care less what my stuff looks like, and within reason. I'm not like blatantly gonna go out and make something look bad. Microfiber. Get into the nitty gritty on it. Clean up that oil residue. Put this over the stand so it doesn't scratch it up. Because the whole front of this chassis is carbon fiber. There's only a small section of aluminum back here. So that dragster stand, this is the rigid stand from Home Depot on the bottom. And then GWT 181 makes these plates. And these plates are designed for a Baja. You can set a Baja right on here. Let me grab my Baja, one of them, and I'll show you. So you can put the Baja right on here like this. And then, I mean, look at that. You can damn near knock it over. But now every bolt is accessible because these come with that surfboard. And you set the Baja on top of the surfboard, can't get to any of the bolts underneath. Well, GWT came up with this, and they're great. They work awesome. All right, I'll put this back. But it also works for the dragster. So when he gets time, he's going to go ahead and he's going to make one of them. I'm going to have him make me a set that's wider so that I can mismatch the sets because I have another one of these stands. So I'll just make it so that both my stands will work with the Primal because if it's wider, it'll work with the Baja anyways. All right, so we got this. Got to get the linkage off. Linkage off. Boom. Easy enough. Set that to the side. And then, come on now. It's real awkward to work with the Bartolone pipe on there. Pull the Bartolone pipe off. This pipe is actually really nice. I'm a little bit weary on the Bartolone stuff, but I like this torpedo pipe for drag racing. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. He makes a good product. Just sometimes it's not what I expected, that's all. Get our header off. Excuse me real quick. I want to put this up on here so I don't lose this bolt. I can go back in my toolbox. I know it's late. Probably nobody else is wrenching right now. Or as Jucka said, good morning. It's early for him, but... So this is the header for that pipe. Slip joint. It's a decent header. It's like a heat sink almost. I had this thing tuned really rich. As you can see the oil in there. Nothing wrong with that. I'd rather be rich than lean. 100%. Got to rob some parts off of this. I'm going to take the air cleaner off of this. And then air cleaner. That's got to come off because that's going to go on the 35 for testing and tuning. So is the V-stack on this. So this is the Ram Air air filter from Detroit Performance. I like this one a lot. I like this air filter. This is the Primal rear mount. Come off. Cataloged with the Primal parts. Take the Primal clutch bell off. Give her some heat. So if you guys are just joining me, this engine here is going to eventually semi-permanently live in my kingmotor Baja. But before I put that in there, I'm going to take the Case Reed 35 built by SRE Customs. I'm going to put that in the kingmotor, and I'm going to get the ring seated with that instead of you trying to do it with my dragster. Keep some of the runtime off the dragster. Not beating the crap out of it. More heat. Everybody knows biggest thing with the two strokes is getting that ring seated as fast as possible. And you're not going to do it with idling it. The only thing idling is good for is one, it helps get a groove in the bore. Two, it'll make sure everything's sufficiently lubricated when you first start running it with a load on it. And three, it'll kind of try and work some of the, if there's any burrs left over from the building process, it'll kind of work some of them out. So, for now, all this stuff can just kind of hang tight. Oh, I do want to get this velocity stack and just flip-flop it with the other the other motor. I try and do a good job of explaining why I'm doing certain things, but not always it comes out the way I try and intend it to. So for those who haven't seen it, this is the new Case Reed 35 built by SRE Customs. I have a 1242 OBR carburetor on it. This is the 1242, not the 1242A. It's always nice when the gasket stays right where you want it. Those are going to be too long. Put the screws ahead. Make sure the gasket's on the velocity stack. All right. Well, I guess those aren't long enough. I guess those are not long enough. I think these other ones are longer. Yes. Just by a skosh. Which is what I need. Just a smidge. Both technical terms. Both technical terms. Skosh and smidge. All right. Give that sufficient torque. Got to be careful with these area reed cases because I have this. It's either resin or acrylic isolator block, and if you put too much torque on it, you can crack the block because it's just lock nuts captured on the other side of that. You don't want to crack your reed block. That's when you get an air leak. Everybody knows. Don't care how good of a tuner you are, you're not going to tune away an air leak. Give you a lean out, catastrophic engine failure, potentially. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. This carburetor back on this motor. Hey, I'll see you next Tuesday. What's going on, brother? How you been? Right now, I got the engine out of the dragster. Got the rear end out of it. Everything's all taken apart. I'm getting ready to put the case reed engine into the kingmotor so that I can get the ring set. And then this engine is going to live in the kingmotor semi-permanently once it's all done. This is the stock 29cc that came with my dragster. But we had a catastrophic failure at the racetrack last week Sunday. I broke an outdrive diff cup. So, sometimes stuff like that happens. It's all part of racing. I mean, these diff cups they're garbage. So I bought the upgrade from PRIMAL, which makes it a solid rear axle. I always have delusions of grandeur when I come out here to wrench at night. Put that up on that stand. Got our kingmotor Baja roller. Here, let me move this into the frame a little bit better. This thing is nice. I like these King motors. I like the King motor better than the Rovin. Definitely a lot better platform. They're very, very nice clones. They are. They really are. It's actually got some. Diff's actually nice and tight, like they put fluid in there. Usually they just wet the whistle. Usually they just wet that whistle. Excuse me, guys. Just catching up on some text messages I got. All right. So, yeah, this Baja is really nice. Sorry, I'm kind of running out of steam here. Oh. Let's see. What's nice about these Bajas from King Motor is they come with a steering servo, which is huge when you're buying a fifth scale. And I mean, it's a decent servo. I mean, a good steering servo, good fifth scale steering servo was, baseline $80. But I think these ones are cheaper. These are like the $40-$50 range, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, come on. It comes with the steering servo and it's a roller. I don't know if they come with the battery though, the receiver battery. I'll just pop this open real quick and check. One of the reasons why I bought this was it'd be the perfect candidate for a drag Baja later down the road. I always take these lights off. I don't ever put any fancy electronics in any of my rigs. I take these things right off. None of my Bajas are running the lights. With it being a roller, I don't know if it does come with that. Battery. Pop the box open. If I can get my fingers in there. No, it's empty. So, got to get an impact for it. I also got a throttle servo. So I just got to get an impact. And I also got to get a receiver, I believe. I don't know if I have any more receivers laying around. But I'm almost thinking I'm going to put this on a GT3B. Because I have like 4 of those radios. So that way, if I ever wanted to rip with somebody else, they can have another radio. Fingers aren't cooperating. Ooh, it hurt my back. All right. Let's see now. There we go. But like I said, I'm running out of steam tonight, man. It was a long day. It was hot. The hot always takes all the wind out of me. Really beats me down. This body wasn't built for the heat. I'm too insulated for it. We can leave this on the table. Way too insulated for the heat. Slide that back on like that. I do appreciate everybody stopping out tonight, hanging out with me, watching me lose all my parts around the shop. Can't find anything, but I do appreciate it. I'm going to end the... Hey, Nitro Freak, what's up, brother? I was just about to end it, but if you want to sit here and talk for a minute, I know you've been live for the better part of the day. I'm sure you want to get in and see your family. But yeah, I tore apart the dragster tonight with the broken diff cup. I mean, look how chintzy these things are, man. Then we found out that the stock case was it's a little messed up to the point where it was hard to get the bearings in. And I just kind of finessed it a little bit, but it's not right. But we're going to run with it until something else breaks. Robert says, freak in the house. Long life. I was getting kind of weird. I was like, what kind of live is this? We have Nitro Freak and how do I want to say it? The freak what's the word I'm looking for? Ah, crap, it's on the tip of my tongue. Mediation hour. Yeah, I don't know how this thing got so beat up. Must have been from when it blew, it just took it all out, but it'll be fine. Everything rolls without any binding. It rolls nice and free. So I'm gonna run with it for a little bit because if I'm not gonna buy another Primal case. If I'm gonna buy a new case, it's gonna be a Taylor case. But the upgraded kit, it's a solid axle. So that gets rid of that drive bone or the diff cup factor altogether. And this is just a slip joint. So we'll see. I was saying that this is going to take that weak link and move it into the inside internal because you're putting the torque on it. It's going to want to torque and break something. It's going to break a gear. But yeah, I mean, seems like a good dude, but there's there's a select few people who can do the full-time YouTube, and it takes a lot of work. You're not going to do it overnight. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate that. I guess that's what happens though when you're trying to. I mean, you're doing a good job. I like the way that you're setting your lives up now. That's cool that you're promoting all these channels. But like I was saying, in Kelly's live, that if somebody's subbing to your channel, they almost have to. They're like he said they're supposed to, but they're not. They're just subbing right away after he drops the links, and then like hours later they're unsubscribing, which is going to kill somebody's analytics. It's just the, the people doing it need to be a little bit more cautious, is what I'm trying to say. But I do like the way that you're doing it because it is giving more people exposure, especially the smaller YouTubers like myself. And then I'll try and subscribe back and to who I can. But yeah, you're doing a good job. I like the way you're doing it. It's always entertaining. There's always somebody there to talk to. Is what's nice about it. Networking is good. That's what kind of like networking. It is networking. It's not kind of like networking. It is. Right, exactly. Like, I mean, I had a couple people subscribe to me, and I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm not going to watch your stuff. So if I subscribe to you, it's not going to help you out in any way other than a subscription. I'm not going to give you watch hours. So why am I going to subscribe to Pinay modeling live live stream? I'm not, you know what I mean? It's not something I'm into. So, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But I mean, you got a good group of moderators there that are helping you out, dropping the links, which is cool because then that gives you your undevoted attention to keeping the stream rolling, which is cool. I like it. I like it a lot. But like I was trying to say right before you guys rolled in, I am gonna end it here. I'm exhausted. I had plans on putting the 35 in this tonight. I don't want to get into another engine swap. I already pulled one, tore the dragster down. it's one of them things where it's 11 o'clock at night and I got to go to work in the morning. But I appreciate everybody stopping by, all the thumbs up, everybody participating in the chat. Appreciate everybody. So, unless anybody else has anything they want to talk about, I am going to can it. Going once. No, you're all good, Nitro Freak. You can't be everywhere, man. You're only one man. You can't spread yourself so thin. You had your own stuff going on tonight. I get it. It's all good. All right, guys. I'm going to end it now. I'll talk to everybody later.